All right, hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to be starting from the floor today. We'll warm up the forearms and wrists. If you do want to use a glute band for our glute bridges, that will be an option for one of the shorter bands. You can have that out, but you'll be able to have some effective work without it also. In our second circuit today, we're going to be doing some dips. So if you want to have a chair or something to support yourself on for some dips, that'll be helpful there. If anything's going on the shoulders, it doesn't feel right to do a dip, you could also sub that with like an overhead tricep extension or even a push-up. Don't hesitate to come on live if you have questions once we get there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and come on down to all fours. We're going to warm up our forearms, do a couple of breathing exercises, and then get started with our first circuit. Everything will be on the floor for that first one. All right, here we go. See if Moose behaves himself today. I've been talking about how great he's been, so I probably will jinx myself. Stretching out those forearms first, hands and knees. Turn the palms down with the fingers pointing in towards you. Draw your abdomen in so you don't overarch the spine, and then just gently lean back here. Get a nice stretch to the forearms. Good. Once you get a nice stretch on the front side of the forearms, you're going to come forward, turn the hands so that they're facing in on one another, palms down, and then we'll take it through some smooth circular patterns, circling around. Good. 2 to 3 times one direction, and then when you're ready, go ahead and make the shift, circle the other way. Good. When you finish those circles, go ahead and come off the hands, shake out those wrists. And if you're comfortable to kneel here for a moment, we're going to stretch the back sides by bringing the back of the hands together and then draw the shoulders down, draw the elbows down. Pull the chin in as well here, nice and neutral through the upper body. And go ahead and shake it out. All right, fantastic. From here, we're going to make our way onto our back. We'll do a couple of stretches to loosen up the lower back first. And then our first exercise is going to be the glute bridge. So if you do want to use the band, you're going to have it nearby. So go ahead and come on down to your back. Set your shoulder blades so that they're stacked right underneath one another. And then to start to loosen up the low back and hips, we're going to windshield wiper our hips first. So you're going to walk your feet out so they're about as wide as the mat. Knees are divided, and then nice and controlled, you're going to lower both legs towards one side, coming up to neutral, and then take them across to the other side. About 3 times or so on each side. Rotating out, back to center. Let's go once more each way. You may or may not feel a whole lot with this, just keeping the range of the motions through the hips. Very good. Once you finish that windshield wiper, pull the legs up and in towards the chest, double knee to chest next. Gently rock yourself side to side. And here you can start to notice the position of the head. So I feel my chin kind of pointed up in the air. If you feel like your neck is rather extended, just lift the head, pull the chin in towards your chest. See if you can flatten out the curve of the neck a little bit here. Good. Let's take it a 2-knee twist next. Arms out to the side, holding your legs together. You'll bring both legs to one side, looking over one shoulder. Nice and smooth. And then sweep the legs across. Same thing other way. Take the legs across the other way. Turn the head. Down to squeaker. Good job. We're going to go once more each side, and then we're going to get into our glute bridges. Good. All right. So if you do want to use the band, go ahead and place that around your legs. Now you're going to bring your feet through it, and you're going to bring it just above the knees on the bottom part of the thighs. This will be our first of 2 rounds here. We're going to be working for 30 seconds on the bridge. So you'll set the feet down, readjust those shoulders as needed, have the feet about the width of your mat, and if you have the band there, you're pushing out against. And 3, 2, 1, when you're ready, you're going to rock your hips back first, pulling the abdomen in towards the mat, and then just nice and smooth, start to lift the hips up. You don't have to prove anything on that first rep, just as far as you're comfortable, and then you'll gradually bringing them down. Continue to drive those knees out, push your full foot into the ground, and then we're focused on waking up the back side of the body. So squeeze the bum, lengthening through the low back. Down and relax. Good. Let's take it through 1 or 2 more. Up and squeeze. Down, relaxed. And go ahead and relax. Fantastic. From there, you're going to come over on all fours. Go ahead and slide one leg out of that band if you are using it. We're going to be doing a plank shoulder tap to mountain climber next. I'm going to take that money away. All righty, so down on all floors. You could also do elevated hands on this one, Diane. You're going to come up into a plank position. All right, and you either can hold the plank and just kind of lift one hand up and the other. If you're comfortable to touch the hands to the opposite shoulder, you'll do a shoulder tap, one on each side, and then one mountain climber on each side, keeping the hips as level as you can. Drive the knee up. Again, we go one hand to each shoulder and then knee, one knee to each elbow. Good. We'll take it another 30 seconds from here. So the goal is about a total of 45. We'll call the first 15 instruction time. Good. One hand to the shoulder or just gently lifting up, and then drive that knee up. Good job. 15 seconds. There you go. Very nice. Nice and level through those hips. Having as little shift as possible as you lift the upper body. Midline strong as you pull that knee up and in. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. From here, we're going to roll onto the back. All righty, so next is that hollow roll to forearm plank. So a couple of modifications here as well. You could practice just that abdominal hollow, which means you imagine that whoopee cushion underneath that low back, roll the pelvis in, holding that position. If you feel pretty confident in that position, then we can start to practice the hollow roll. So you pull the belly in, and then just as it sounds, you're gonna roll to one side of the body, come onto your forearms, come on up to support. Then you'll roll back. If you're comfortable to do so, reach your arms overhead, either bent knees or straight legs, and then you'll roll to the opposite side. Onto the forearms, coming on up, and that's our sequence. We're gonna practice that for a minute, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So hollow body is our key here. Push that low back into the floor, roll to one side, lift up into that position, and then taking it back down. Hollow body first, and then rolling across. Very good. Persistent little guy today. Nice and strong. Good. Bent knees would be a modification. If you're like, okay, I want more of a challenge, then go straight legs, but make sure you're not sacrificing that posture of the low back, just to straighten out those legs. Very good. Coming up on halfway. Nice. Functional fitness here, getting on the ground, being able to roll across, stabilize that low back. Excellent. 20 seconds left. Very nice. Maybe one more each direction, just over 10 seconds. Good. Excellent, Kathy. You got it, Jean. And 3, 2, 1. And rotate. Good. Let's go ahead and finish into child's position. We're going to take about a minute to stretch, and then we'll go back for another cycle. So big toes together, reach those arms straight out in front, lower those hips back, and breathe into the back of the rib cage. Very nice. Take about 3 breaths in the back of the rib cage. When you're ready, go ahead and come on up to all 4. We're going to go one cycle of those mid-back rotations. Hand behind the head. Elbow comes to meet the opposite elbow. Breathe in as you close, and then exhale as you open, lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. Breathe in, elbow to the opposite elbow, lift up, exhale. Good. Really get the most out of that rotation, pausing when you're up and open. And breathe in through the nose and nice and smooth out through the mouth. Very good. After 5 on that side, same thing on the opposite arm. Very good. Beautiful. Close it down, open it up, exhale as you open. Go ahead, finish those 5 cycles and then make your way onto your back. We're going to start our glute bridges here in about 10 to 15 seconds. Going back to that band as you'd like. And we'll give you a variation here on this second round. If you want to hold a static hold throughout, you can do what's called the bridge pose. So you would set the shoulders back and down. You can still certainly use that band. You'd come up into that bridge and you would hold it here with the option of interlacing the hands underneath the body. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So you can come up and into this position, holding throughout. Or if maybe that doesn't feel so great on your low back, then give yourself a little bit more relief by pulsing the hips up and down with those glute bridge, just those reps there. So it's holding it or up and down. Nice. So Diane, if you want to hold that position, it looks like this. You work those arms underneath the body, pull the chin into the chest, and really focus to squeeze the glutes. As always, we're looking to avoid the pinching in the lower back or front of the hips. If you're experiencing any of that, lower the bridge down just a hair. You can still get great activation of the back side and not be jamming anything into the front side. Good, 10 more seconds. Nice smooth breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and 2, 1, come on down. Fantastic. We're rolling on to all fours next. We have our plank shoulder taps into those mountain climbers. We'll be working for 45 seconds. And remember, anytime you're supporting on your hands, make a nice wide handprint right underneath those shoulders. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So again, we go one hand to the opposite shoulder, stabilizing nice and strong, draw the knee up. Let's go to the same side elbow. Good. Trying to hold that nice flat back throughout. Exhale as you pull the knee up and in. Good. Strong through the midline. Excellent. Very good. That's 20 seconds. We're working for 45 on this one. A little bit closer, see how everyone's looking. Nice, Diane. Great. There you go, Jean. That's 30 seconds. Good, nice and smooth as you pull that knee up, Kathy. Looks great. 10 seconds left. Minnie, one more sequence. Controlling hand to the opposite shoulder, and then smooth as you pull that knee up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Coming onto your back, hollow roll to forearm plank. If you don't feel like you want to roll a whole lot, just work that abdomen position. You can also practice the heel slide of holding that low back neutral as you move the legs up and down. Otherwise, move into those rolls in 2, 1, here we go. Pull the low back flat first, and then pick a side to start with. Rolling over, coming up to the forearms. Taking it back. Establish that hollow position, like you're trying to make your body into a little rowboat. Beautiful. Smooth breathing throughout. And to hold the breath. Very good. Halfway through. Another 30 seconds. Good job. Really want to keep focus on that low back. Want to focus not to let yourself start to arch. Continue to draw the abdomen in. 15 seconds. Nice. Good. Right up to that plank. One more. Pull everything in. Squeeze, roll, lift. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. We're going to come back into child's position, this time with the side stretch. So you'll bring the big toes together, divide the knees. Let's walk your hands over to your left side of the mat. Take your left, let's see, if you're going to your left side, it's going to look like this. Take your right hand, reach it long, and then drop the hips back from there. Trying to keep your hips squared to your feet. 2 to 3 breaths, and then we'll switch sides. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And opposite side when you're ready. Walking the hands across. Inside arm reaches long. Get a nice stretch for that side body, lowering the head down as well. And then breathing nice and deep. Expand the lungs with air. Fantastic. From here, quadruped hip rock. So wide handprint, you're going to walk the knees in so that they're touching while you're still on all fours. Draw the abdomen in, and then just ever so gently lower the hips towards one side of the mat and up and across. Take it across to the other side. About 2 to 3 times on each side. Not force anything. I feel a little bit more in my low obliques today. Sometimes I feel it more in my low back. Once you finish your hip rocks, we're going to divide the knees a little bit wider, still continue to be on the hands, and we're going to go through a few cat-cows. So you're going to exhale, push through those shoulder blades, draw the chin in towards the chest, and then as you inhale, gently lift, gently arch, draw the shoulders down your spine. Good, 3 to 5 cycles. Exhale, chin to the chest, lift through that mid-back. Inhale, turn the eyes and head up towards the sky. One more. Fantastic. All right, from here, feel free to come off the hands for a second, shake it out. And then we're gonna make our way into down dog and slowly inchworm our way up to our feet. So when you're ready, turn those toes under. Think about sending those hips nice and high. Start by rocking your upper body forward and back, focusing to open that mid-back, drawing the chin in towards the chest, sending your heart towards your thighs, and really spread those fingers as you drive out of your hands. Maybe one more time, gently rock yourself forward, more weight onto your hands, and then drive yourself back, pushing your hips nice and high. From there, walk out those heels, stretch the calves, lower one heel down, and then pedal the other. Let's get 3 to 5 pedals on each foot. Feeling the back of the leg lengthen. Very good. And then when you're ready, we're gonna slowly inchworm our way up. Keep a nice bend in your knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. Walk your hands towards your feet. And then take your time as you come up to standing. As you come on up, let's grab your water or grab a drink, and then we'll kind of reset ourselves up on our feet. All right, this next circuit is where we have our dips. So you're gonna make sure you have a chair around or something that you can utilize for dips. Before we jump into that, we're gonna do some hinging exercises to get ready for this first circuit here. So a couple good mornings first. Walk the feet in, all the toes pointing straight ahead. We want to utilize what we did on the ground there, like that hollow body. What's that going to do is going to keep our hips from overarching the low back, rocking the hips back, using your lower abdomen to hold that nice neutral spine. From here, at that soft bend the knees, either over the shoulders or open the chest a bit more by bringing the hands behind the head. From there, long spine, sending the hips back, bowing forward, chin in, looking down towards the floor, then push through your feet, squeeze the glutes and stand. Yeah, long spine, bowing down. One of those really simple exercises, but gives a really nice stretch to the back of the body and reinforces this hinging pattern. So chest up, squeeze those shoulders back a bit more, Diane. Really keep that chest tall. That looks better. Nice, beautiful. So let's see, 1 or 2 more. Excellent, Jean. Very good, Kathy. Much better, Diane. Great. And standing tall. Fantastic. All right, next, we're going to start to pick up a little bit of weight. So depending upon your comfort level, we're going to warm up a few deadlifts, and then you're going to have the option. You can either do a deadlift, a good morning, or we can practice some swings. But with a light to moderate weight, if you have 2 weights, you're going to hold it on the outside of your legs. If you have 1 weight, you're going to hold it between the 2 legs. So it's going to about 5 reps here of a deadlift, bowing forward, bringing the weights down towards the floor, squeeze the glutes and stand. Good. Squeeze those shoulders back and together. You have just a little warm up here. Down and stand. Fantastic. So this is always an option. If you feel like you want a little bit more challenge as we get ready to start the workout, you can turn it into more dynamic exercise with the swing. So it'll be the same mechanics. So I'm going to stay tall, drive the hips, and use those hips to elevate those weights up to about shoulder height. All right. Otherwise, stick with those deadlifts. All right. It's going to be 30 seconds of that hinging pattern. Your choice of which version you do. We'll take 15 seconds to rotate. Our second exercise is going to be that dip. Shoulders back, broad chest, controlling down and lifting through. And then we're going to squat on the third one. And we'll use that first of 3 rounds. We'll have a whole minute. We'll use that first one to kind of warm up that squat. And we can add weights on rounds 2 and 3. All right, go ahead and grab a drink here. We're going to get started in about 15 seconds. About 10 10 seconds till we start. If you know the swings, feel free. I'm going to demo the deadlift on round 1. So standing tall, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Bowing forward, long spine, squeeze the glutes and stand. Nice. Chin in as you bow forward. Very good. Great swings, Jean. Yep, squeezing those shoulders back. Excellent. Halfway. Good, Diane. A little bit more knee bend so you don't round through the spine as you bow forward. Yep, really send those hips back. Remember, you want to feel those hamstrings. There it is. And 3, 2, 1, rest and rotate. Making your way to the chair or your bench for dips. So as you come into position, posture is key here. We don't want to have those shoulders rounded forward. Lift the chest, draw the shoulders back. 3, 2, 1, begin. Pull those elbows in as you lower down. Option if you want to drive the hips up and forward at the top. We have 45 seconds here to practice this movement. So anytime you need to take a break, you can always sit down and come off the arms. Remember, we're trying to make orange juice out of those little mini oranges that we're going to store in our armpits. So at the top, squeeze those shoulders in, kind of rotate your elbows forward. Elbows in, lift. That's 30 seconds. I'm going to come a little bit closer, see how everybody's looking. 10 seconds left. Good, great hip lift. Control down. Yep. Maybe one more, sinking down, trying to bring those shoulders about elbow height, and go ahead and rest. Fantastic. All right, make your way back up to your feet. We're gonna work on some squatting next. So let's go unweighted this round. We're gonna set the feet about hip width apart, chest nice and tall. When you're ready, you're gonna drive your knees wide, send the hips back. Really work to keep those heels planted, chest tall. Very good. Down, chest up. We've got a full minute here. So really emphasize that depth of your squat. Keeping that body through that full range of motion. Knees push wide, hips sink down, standing tall at the top. Good. 30 seconds in, that's halfway. And pause as much as you need at the top. If you haven't been doing a lot of reps recently of the squatting, then just pace yourself through it. You can also focus on really engaging the muscles of your lower abdomen. Hold everything strong. 15 seconds left. Fantastic. Couple more. And 3, 2, 1, and we'll take 30 seconds rest. All righty, that's round 1. We're gonna do it twice more. We back to either the deadlifts or I'm gonna demo the swings on round 2. And if you want to hold some weights with your squats, just have those nearby. We'll have those dips first. All right, 10 seconds. Soft bend those knees, midline nice and neutral. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hinging at the waist, driving those hips. Excellent. Very good, long spine. Good job. Good body position, crew. We're halfway through. Excellent. Couple more, 5 seconds. Staying in control. One more, Diane. Control down nice and slow. Squeeze the glutes, standing tall, and rest. Beautiful. Transitioning to dips, cycle 2. We have 45 seconds here. So lift the chest. Draw the shoulders back, ready, begin. So really try to control down to the bottom. The goal here would be to get the upper arm parallel to the floor. Sometimes you'll feel a little bit stiff in the front of the shoulders if you're tight through there. If you're feeling stiff, that's okay. If it hurts or pinches, then maybe listen to that. Might have a little bit of impingement going on, which is super common. Especially this day and age. Oftentimes you need to do some mobility and flexibility training to help it. 10 seconds left. Great job. Maybe one more. Sink in, stand and lift, not stand, push through and lift, and there's our rest. Excellent job. Coming up for the squats. If you'd like to hold some weight, you can hold weight in one hand underneath the chin, or one weight underneath the chin, or one in each hand. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Excellent work. And now this is the area where, depending upon your recovery time, depending upon your energy today, this is where you could kind of push the tempo a little bit if you want a harder workout, kind of moving through those squats a little bit faster, or you can really be deliberate about each one, pausing at the top, taking a nice deep breath, and then controlling down. Halfway through, 30 seconds left. Whichever variation you choose, keep the range of motion consistent for every rep. Pushing your big toe and the heels into the floor. That's 45 seconds, 15 to go. Consistent breathing. Exhale as you drive into the floor, maybe one more. Chest up, sinking down, and rest. Great job, everybody. We'll take 30 seconds and we'll be into our third and final round of this series. Keep that hydration going. Awesome. 15 seconds. Swings or deadlifts to finish it out. Set the feet. Soft bend in those knees, and 2, 1, here we go. Long spine. Good job. Think broad chest as you lower, Diane. Squeeze those shoulders back. Lift that chest. Good, halfway. Yep. Chest broad, send those hips back. Great swings, Jean. Fantastic, Kathy. There you go, that's better, Diane. And 3, 2, 1, and transition to your dips. Nice work. All right. Sit tall, broad chest. Ready? Here we go. 45 seconds. Chin in, lowering down, lift and squeeze. Yeah, establish that strength at the top. Squeeze the bum as well if you're going into that hip bridge, lifting the hips, lifting the chest. Breathe into lower. Exhale as you drive tall. That's 20 seconds. Good. Just a little bit lower if you're able to, Jean. If it bothers your shoulders, then listen to the body. There you go. Better, nice. And up, we have 10 seconds left. You got Diane pushing tall. Awesome, that's great. Maybe one more, just like that. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Fantastic. Come on up for our final round of squats. Good. If you put a kettlebell, I like to hold it, I call it like bottoms up. I'll grab the handles and turn the down side straight up towards my chin. Set the feet. Final minute of squats. Here we go. Moving smooth, moving strong. Good. Squats, one of the most functional exercises we can do, getting in and out of chairs, on and off the ground. And ideally, you want to keep that range of motion so it's greater than the typical height of the chair. I'm going to sink down. Good, that's halfway, that's 30 seconds. Your legs have had enough today. Feel free to give yourself a pause there. Otherwise, eyes up, elbows up, especially if you're holding weight. If you're not holding weight, just reach those arms out. Encourage that chest to stay tall. Good, final 10 seconds. Back, nice up, Kathy. Good, maybe one more time, Jean. Control down, and there's our minute. Awesome work, everyone. Let's grab a drink. We're gonna stay on our feet for a couple of stretches before our final circuit. Woo! All right, friends. So let's stretch out those quads. Practice your balance or lean against a chair or doorway. Pull everything up and in, shoulders back. Grab that foot. Keep that soft bend in your support leg. Very nice. Hips level. So you can see how my body kind of wants to drop that hip out to the side, lift everything up, hold it level. Excellent. If you want to add a little challenge to your balance, stay rooted with that nice bent knee, and you come into a little bit of a forward lean, driving the thigh back, reaching the arm out. We have 10 more seconds. Woo. Good focus. And 3, 2, 1. Come on up and release. Pay attention to which foot you're holding. I'm holding my left. If you're mirroring me, it's probably your right. In between sides, we're going to go behind the back stretch. Reach out into those legs. Draw the shoulders back. Open that chest without arching the back. Lift those arms up. And then option to add that forward fold. Long spine, lower the head down. Pull those arms right over top of the rib cage. And now breathe deep. Send the air right between the shoulder blades, trying to expand there on the exhale. If you're confident to do so, lower a little bit closer to the floor. Let's go one more breath. On that next inhale, drive through your legs, pull yourself upright. Wonderful. Shake out those arms. Walk those feet back in. Quad stretch on the opposite leg. So I was on my left, mirroring would be your right. Lifting up. And I'll be on this side. Good. We're going to go 30 seconds here. Practicing the balance. Second 15 seconds, I'll give you the option of that forward lean, forward reach. Good. As you're pulling your heel towards your glute, see if you can focus to fire the glute on the side that you're stretching. If you want to go into that forward fold, that's not really a fold, forward reach. I know there's a better name for it. Reaching out, soft bend. 3, 2, 1, and come on out of that. All right, fantastic. Let's grab another drink of water, and then we're gonna start moving through our next piece. Got some upper body work, intermixed with some midline work, and then some breathing at the end with some jumping jacks or rebounding. So this is gonna be some accessory work for the upper body. We're gonna do either lateral raises, standing tall. You can also do these with a band if you don't have dumbbells that are light enough that you feel comfortable with. Okay, so with a band, you'd stand on one, hold this band, and lift them straight out to the sides. Otherwise, you're gonna hold a nice light dumbbell. So I'm using 8 pounds here. Soft bend in those knees, and I'll be straight out from there. All right, so I'll let you go ahead and get into position, whether you wanna use the band or the dumbbell. I'm gonna stay tall. If anybody wants a little extra bonus, you can come into a bent over lateral raise, work the back a little bit differently, but I'm gonna demo from standing today. All right, we're gonna go for 30 seconds, midline strong, and here we go. Soft bend in those elbows, lifting straight out, good. Watch the head position, because sometimes as we lift the arms out to the side, there'll be the tendency, I call it like a chicken neck, to push that head forward. So draw the chin in as you lift the arms out laterally. Good. Just over halfway, 10 seconds left. Smooth up, trying to control down. And 3, 2, 1, transition. So we're just gonna bring it to the front side of the body now, keeping that soft bend in the knees, still drawing the abdomen and chin in. And then when you're ready, we're gonna go a front raise next, straight up, straight down, good. Beautiful. There you go. Keep that chin retracted in. Halfway through. Awesome. Building those shoulders. 1 or 2 more. Good. And 2, 1, and transition. We're making our way down to the floor next. So we're coming down to all fours, hands and knees. So it's called a quadruped shoulder tap. So a couple of options here. So how you would start, you're gonna make a wide handprint. You're gonna lift the knees off the ground as if you're gonna do a bear crawl, but we're not gonna move anywhere. So this would be level 1, just holding this position. Level 2 would be just barely lifting one hand off the ground and then the other. So shifting your weight from one to the other. Level 3 would be draw the hand all the way up to the shoulder and then switch sides. Tap the same side shoulder and switch. Go ahead and come off the hands if you're already there. We'll start everybody together. Just wanted to show what that's going to look like. And here we go. Wide handprint coming down. Knees come off the ground. And then here, begin when you're ready. So whichever version you want to choose, either just holding, breathing. You can kind of pedal the hands, barely coming off, or that full shoulder tap, drawing that elbow nice and high, touching the hand to the same side shoulder. Really want to feel that abdomen firing, trying to have as little shift from side to side as possible. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Coming off the hands, we're going to come right back down. We have our down dog, knee to elbow next. Similar to a mountain climber, but you want to establish that down dog position. So wide handprint, turn the toes under. When you're ready, you're going to drive your hips up, push back as far as you're comfortable, and then maybe you just come forward. If you're comfortable to pull that knee up and forward, we're going to come to the same side elbow first. Pushing back into down dog, lifting that mid body up, opposite knee to the same side elbow. So we're ready, 2, 1, and here we go. 30 seconds from here. Inhale as you push back, exhale as you draw forward. Try to breathe in nice and deep through the nose. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the back side of the body. Excellent. 10 seconds. Good. Drive back, up and forward, and 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Making your way up to your feet. You can take a rest break from here. If you want a little bit more breathing, a little bit more intensity, we're going to do jumping jacks next. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Step or jump jacks. This is the end of the circuit. We'll take a short break after this, and we'll be back to our lateral raises. Woo! Very good. Halfway. Job. 10 seconds. You can also do that like lateral hop too. Just nice and light on the feet. Giving the upper body a little break. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take 20 seconds. We're back to our lateral raises. Bands or dumbbells. Go ahead and come on into position. Soft bend in those knees, chin draw in. Ready, here we go. Lateral raise first. Good. Those water jugs are deceiving, Jean. At first I was like, those are gonna be way too heavy. Strong midline, straight up to the side. Beautiful. Over halfway. Watching the head and neck position. 2, 1, and rest. We're coming to front raises next. Readjust the feet, draw the chin in. And here we go, straight up in front. Good. While we're working that upper body focus to fire the booty, squeeze the glutes throughout and hold your midline strong. You can imagine if I were to give you like a little friendly punch right to the gut, you want to be bracing your midline to resist against that. So imagine what that would feel like. Kind of push out against your belly to hold the spine neutral and strong. 2, 1, and rest. Good, we're coming down to all fours, those quadruped shoulder taps. So hands and knees, wide handprint. And when you're ready, the knees barely come off the ground, and then shoulder taps from there. Same side shoulder. Turn your gaze, you're looking straight down at your hands. Really strong through the belly. So you can practice this, just barely lifting the hands up. Then when you feel more comfortable with it, draw the elbow nice and high. Good. Halfway through. Nice, good focus there, Kathy. Yep, really tight to the middle. Try not to have any shift of those hips. Good job, Jean. Maybe one more each arm. And 2, 1, and shake out those arms. Down dog, knee to elbow next. This time we're gonna go across the body. So instead of coming knee to the same side to elbow, you're gonna think about bringing your knee across the body to the opposite side. Starting in 5, wide handprint. Come on down, 2, 1, here we go. So down dog position first, up and back. As you come forward, knee across the body. Inhale, drive back. Exhale, coming forward. Very good. 10 seconds. Good quality movements here, not focused on speed. And 2, 1, and transition up to your feet. We're gonna go a blend of high knees or a march with the step jacks, second half. 2, 1, here we go, either running in place or marching. Chest tall, eyes up. All right, there's your first 15 seconds. Second, either step jacks, step into the side, arms up to overhead, or some jumping jacks. Woo! Good, remember that light bounce, really good for your lymphatic system. Help your body to clear all the toxins. Body needs that help. Using your muscles is one way. 2, 1, and rest. All right, friends, shake it out. Take just over 20 seconds. We'll be into our third and final round. If you tend to get stiff in your upper traps and neck, maybe just stick with those 2 rounds. Kind of keep yourself moving on those lateral raises and front raises. Those will tend to kind of light up those traps. So you can march in place. We do some bicep curls. Anything else to vary it up? Otherwise, round 3, starting in 2, 1. Here we go. Good job. Engaging the lower body, drawing that chin in. Beautiful, halfway. Keep squeezing that bum. 2, 1, and rest there. All right, switch into those front raises. Ready? Here we go. Coming up in front. And have all your feet pointing straight ahead. All your feet, both of those feet. Set your feet straight on. We're halfway through, 15 more seconds there, and we'll be coming down to all 4s to finish out the midline work. Woo! And 3, 2, 1, make your way down to the floor. Quadraped shoulder taps. If you are doing the variation where you're picking your hand up, instead of going to the same side shoulder this round, we're going to come across, touch the hand to the opposite shoulder. Wide handprint, starting on hands and knees. 2, 1, here we go. Barely lift the knees off the ground, just hovering on the floor in that quadruped position. Really emphasize how wide can you spread your fingers, and then watch those fingers kind of grip the pads down into the floor to help stabilize up through the wrist. Excellent. If I had a camera over top of your body, I'd like to have it to where you can barely tell that you're shifting your weight. Maybe it looks like you're holding on all 4s throughout. Good, final 10 seconds. Staying tight. And 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Coming off the hands. We'll finish with that down dog, knee to elbow, bringing the legs across the body to the opposite elbow. All right, starfish those hands once again, spreading as far as you can from your little finger to your thumb. And when you're ready, turn those toes under, drive those hips high, draw the chin to the chest. As you drive back, exhale, coming up and forward. Inhale, lengthen, open that mid back. Excellent. As you drive your hips up, see if you can lower your heels down to the ground as well. Get a nice stretch in the calves as you push back. We're halfway through. So maybe one more quality rep, driving back, lengthening the back side, and take a rest. Woo! By rest, I mean come on up. We have just 30 seconds left, and we'll finish with the stretching. All right, everybody, we're gonna go step or jumping jacks first this time. Ready? Here we go. And we're gonna finish with a minute of blood flow here at the end. We'll change it up every 15 seconds. Fantastic. Second exercise is going to be either a march or punch or skip and punch. Here we go. Cross body punch with the upper body. Pull those knees nice and high. Wonderful. Try to exhale with that punch. Good. Strong finish here. Good. From here, switching up, pulling the heel up underneath your body. Butt kickers, heel lifts. You can just stand and march, heels up, or just like you're all doing, nice soft little jog in place. Good, couple more. Fantastic. And then we'll finish it off, little lateral rebound, or you can just lightly hop in place. You can keep the balls of the feet on the ground and just lightly lift up and down through the heels. There you go. It's not a full jump, just a bounce. If you like to jump, and 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, everybody. Fantastic job. Let's grab a drink, and then we'll get a good cool down stretch in. Nice work. All right. We're going to stay on our feet for the first part of the cool down. We're going to open up the hip flexors and the upper body a bit. So set your left foot forward, step that right foot back. Interlace the hands, take both arms, reach straight up to overhead. You want to lift up out of the hips, send that back hip forward, make sure that front foot heel down, shin vertical. Lift the chest. And now I want you to rotate your body. You're going to turn your torso towards that lead leg. You can even take the hand of the side you're turning to, grab the wrist, pull that arm across a little bit more. One more breath. And come on out. Good job. Lower the hands down. Walk that back foot in. Let's give a little side step arm swing here. Good job. Let the neck be nice and long. Relax those shoulders down the spine, down the torso. All right, fantastic. We're gonna go same thing, opposite side. So now the right foot's forward, left foot steps back, pulling the ribs down and in. Interlace the hands, reaching both arms up. Lifting up out of those hips, send that back hip forward, squeeze the bum, lifting the head and chest, and then rotating towards, should be your right, towards that front leg. Turn the head, looking over that right shoulder. You take the right hand, grab the left wrist, pull a little bit more from there. Squeezing the glute of that trail leg. One more breath, and lower on down. Good job. Back to those side step arm swings. All right, we're gonna go into a similar stretch, but we're gonna add the tricep side bend to it. So let's go back to right foot forward, left foot back. Draw the abdomen again. Once again, reach that left arm up. Pull the chin in, bending at the elbow, reaching around. And then we'll get that hip shift to that back leg. Keep the head up, and now we're gonna bend towards your right side, pulling the elbow back. A nice stretch in that tricep. Breathing here. You can hold the stretch or come in and out of it. Come back to neutral, lifting everything back up and taking it back to the side. Yeah, some of my favorites. Breathe in, lengthen the body, and exhale, take it to the side. Fantastic. Coming out of that, we're gonna go a Jefferson toe touch in between sides. So standing tall, draw the abdomen in, drawing the chin down towards the chest, and then thinking about trying to round the spine one segment at a time. Slowly sliding the hands down the legs, reaching for those toes. Keep that soft bend in those knees as you fold forward. And now when you get towards the bottom, emphasize the breathing, holding strong in the midsection. Breathing into the back 2 to 3 times here, and then we'll make our way back up. On that next inhale, start to tuck the hips under, coming on back to the top. Fantastic. All right, let's balance out the tricep side bend. Left foot forward, right foot back. Draw the abdomen down and in as you reach that right arm up. Good. Hip shift first. Drive that hip forward, squeezing the glutes. Draw the chin in as long as you can be through the spine here. Pulling the elbow back. And then when you're ready, bending towards that left side. Good. Up and down a few times. Fantastic. One more. And release. All righty, go ahead and come on down to the floor, or you can sit in the chair. We're going to do a seated figure 4 to finish out. So you can either sit on the floor or in the chair. You can lay on your back if you'd like. The reason I like sitting on the ground is I can kind of open the chest at the same time. So I'm going to draw my shoulders back, place the hands behind me, fingers pointing away. And let's start with your left foot. You're going to cross that foot over the right thigh, and then you're just going to walk that right foot up and in. And I'm thinking about pushing my left knee, my right, but your left, pushing it away from me as I pull the shoulders back. Very good. Kind of flex this left foot a little bit to pull the toes back. Do a little movement through the ankle. Yeah. That feels wonderful. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and walk the feet out. In between sides, let's go into a little toe touch. So make sure you're sitting right up on those sit bones. Take a break off the hands, sitting nice and tall. Pull the toes back and just gently lean forward. Bow the head down. Good. Gentle stretching here. This one can get intense fast. So if you're like, oh man, my legs are shaking, I'm sweating bullets, back out of it. One more breath. And release. Good job. Lifting through the chest again, turning the hands back behind. This time it's going to be your right foot. Cross it over the left thigh, and then you're going to work that left foot up and in. Keep sitting those shoulders back. Very good. And then think about actively, yes, pushing your right knee out. Oh man. Backwards today on my lefts and rights. And then we can move that ankle a little bit on your right leg. Point the foot, lift the foot as you're driving that knee away from your body. Good. Keep paying attention to that upper body position. Draw those shoulders back. Very good. And release there. All right. And let's see. Last little bit here, let's stretch the upper neck and shoulders just a bit here. So you can sit up nice and tall out of those sit bones. Draw the belly in as you look down, chin towards the chest. And as you bring your head back to neutral, if you're comfortable to do so, place your hands just underneath your collarbones, hands crossed. You're gonna lightly pull the skin down as you look up. Feel free to close the eyes, lifting the chin, gentle stretch in the front of the neck. Good, then bring it back to neutral. From here, if you're able to do so, you can lift the hip up, turn the palm up, sit down right on the palm of the hand. You don't have to sit on the hand, but that's just an option. What I really want you to focus on is roll this shoulder back. Think about tractioning the shoulder back and down. From there, we'll stay tall through the spine, draw the chin in once again. And now as you look down, I want you to think about bringing your chin towards your left collarbone, assuming that you're tractioning your right arm down. Looking down, and just by doing that, I can start to feel it along the back side of my neck here into those traps. If you want to give a little bit of overpressure, you can use your left hand. And I'm just using one finger on the back side of my head, barely touching, but just encouraging a little bit more stretch in that position, pulling my chin in, looking down towards that left collarbone as well. And then when you're ready, release there. Same thing, other side. Either roll the shoulder back and down, option to sit on the hand with the palm up. Sitting tall through the spine, you'll pull that chin in towards the chest. Looking down, you're gonna start to bring your chin across the body like you're trying to touch the chin towards your right collarbone. Keep focusing on that shoulder on the left side, drawing it back. An option to use your right hand fingertip. Oh, hello, traps. Nice and gentle here, never ever forcing, especially through the head and neck. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. Beautiful. All right, friends, from there, just finish on up with some neck circles, nice and smooth, looking up and back. 2 to 3 times one direction. And then when you're ready, make a reverse, take it around the other way. Good, fantastic. And then we'll just end here with 3 cycles of breathing. We're going to use this breathing to kind of clear our mind and to invite these shoulders to live back and down and not up and into our ears. So on the inhale, we're going to breathe in through the nose, elevate those shoulders up and in. And then on the exhale, draw the shoulders back, broad chest, kind of reach the arms out to the side. Beautiful. Twice more. Breathe in deep. Elevate those shoulders up, and then exhale, let go of all the stress, all the anxiety, and say, shoulders live down here. Good, one more time. Keep that chin in, nice and neutral through the head and neck, lifting up, and then smooth, long exhale. Let it all go, smile. Ah, wonderful. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Keep your body moving, keep your body flexible and hydrated, and we'll see you next time.